Honorable Babaji, whose spirit has guided us for the last more than 3 decades, and whose hard work is exhibited by the kind of students that this university is producing. Distinguished luminaries in the field of education, faculty members, and my dear children, I am delighted to welcome you all to this conference and would briefly apprise you about this organization. It was in 1906, almost 117 years ago, when our founding saint, Sant Atar Singh Ji Maharaj, he had envisioned, although he had never been to a formal education system, but because of his tapasya, he had envisioned that the forthcoming century would be devoted to science. And if we do not inculcate spiritual values in these people of science, they will create weaponry which will destroy the world many times. We saw that happen at the end of the Second World War, when Hiroshima happened and then Nagasaki happened. Millions died. Therefore, he proposed a novel education system which is akin to the ancient education system, where learner or devotee would go to the Gurukul and imbibe spiritual wisdom. The conventional education would come to the child by itself. Like we have the ancient Vedas, the Upanishads, the wealth of worldly knowledge in those is still unfathomable by the modern educationists. So he started a school for girls in the remote part of Punjab in district Sangrur in the year 1904. This was his vision. In 1906, he opened a school for college boys and then a college for girls. He had proposed that the foundation of education should be spiritual education, and on this foundation, the edifice of modern education should be built. So with this vision, he told his disciple Sant Teja Singh Ji. Sant Teja Singh Ji was a very well-read person. He had topped the Punjab University in Masters of English in 1896. The erstwhile Punjab University, which extended from Balochistan till Delhi. Then he did his LLB, and then he joined the British Indian Civil Service in 2002 as a salt commissioner. After 2 years, he gave up this job and came in seva of Sant Atar Singh Ji Maharaj. Sant Ji then sent him to Western countries. He went to England first, and then to USA, and then Canada. And there he was asked by Sant Ji to apprise the Western people what spirituality is all about, and to learn the modern scientific education system of the West. So he did his master's in education and English from the Harvard University in 1912. Such was the reverence with which Sant Atar Singh Ji Maharaj was kept by all the luminaries of that time, that when Pandit Malviya Ji wanted to start the Banaras Hindu University in 1915, the Aligarh Muslim University was established in 1885. So Malviya Ji had this vision that he would want the foundation stone to be laid by a saint, by a Brahmgyani. When he looked around, he found that Sant Atar Singh Ji was the most appropriate person to do this task. So he came all the way from Banaras to Sangrur. He alighted from the train. removed his shoes and went barefoot to Sant Atar Singh Ji, who was residing at Mastuana, 15 kilometers away. He walked barefoot in the heat. It was the month of June, and invited Sant Ji to visit and bless the Banaras Hindu University. So Sant Ji did that, and in 1915 or 16, the foundation stone of BHU was laid by Sant Atar Singh Ji. As per his vision, his disciple Sant Teja Singh Ji, he, by his divine wisdom, he identified that this was the land which Sant Atar Singh Ji had envisioned in 1906, where the foundation of this unique system of education was to be laid. In 1956, Baba Iqbal Singh Ji and Padma Vibhushan Dr. Khem Singh Ji, who were Gurupais and disciples of Sant Teja Singh Ji, they found this place in 1956. It was a 3-day trek from Nahan or from Solan, and there were practically no facilities at all here, no electricity, nothing. In 1959, Sant Teja Singh Ji came here and he recited the Akhand part of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And after the part, Sahib, he beseeched the Almighty, and like a child he wept during the ardas, that when would that time come when children with the best of spiritual wealth and modern education would spread the message of peace and brotherhood in the entire world. So this is the basic philosophy, this is the basic objective on which this education system is based. Ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the education system, the light of knowledge has come to the world from the East. And in the East, the education system it meant imparting spiritual education to disciples so that they develop values of love, values of kindness, compassion, contentment, patience, forgiveness, forbearance, and the intense desire to do paropkar, service of humanity. This is what education entailed as per the ancient Indian system of education. As the days passed by, a serious accident happened in the evolution of education system. It got polluted and contaminated by the Western thought, and somehow these values, which were an integral part of education, they took the back seat, and the skills which would empower a child to accumulate wealth, or to have power, that became the hallmark of what a successful education system would be. This, I feel, is the bane of the Indian education system. If we do not produce human beings who have love in their heart, who have compassion, who have desire to serve the humanity, our education system would be most incomplete, and we would just produce machines who will generate wealth. Ladies and gentlemen, this above all is what ails Indian education. We at the Kalgidhar Trust have pondered deeply on this matter, and we are of the firm belief that the answer to this problem was given by Guru Nanak 550 years ago. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has said, Padaya Murakh Aakhiye Chit Lab Lob Ankar. That literate man is foolish who is mired in attachment, greed, and vanity. At the same time, Guru Nanak also said, Vidya Vichari na par upkari, implying by contemplating on knowledge, one becomes a benefactor of mankind. So, any education system, if it is worth, then it should have an outcome of paropkar. This is an inseparable quality that education should result in. As per Guru Nanak's definition, you may have the highest qualities, you may have PhD, you may be the best cardiac surgeon in the world, but in case this knowledge is not being used for paropkar or for the welfare of humanity, it is just inflating your ego and helping you amass wealth, then by Guru Nanak's definition, you still remain uneducated. So with these few words, I would want you to ponder on these issues, and I'm sure the deliberation in this conference would go a long way in throwing light and giving direction to the education system that is evolving in the Indian subcontinent. I once again welcome you all to this Valley of Divine Peace, and at the outset seek forgiveness if you are not able to satisfy your requirements because of the Spartan lifestyle here. Thank you very much, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. It is always a great pleasure listening to you. Thank you for taking